popular digital platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, text messages through WhatsApp, and etc. has contributed to spread the denial of the genocide, and we must be able to collect strong evidences and be able to respond using the same channels. I know it requires energy, it requires strategies, it requires resources, but it has to be done. And thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. Denial is the last stage of the genocide. That's why we have to fight the denial. The next speaker is gonna give us testimony. He's a survivor, Lucky Ndungwe. Ikatwumva ubuhamya bwarokotse jenoside Lucky.
Thank you. KWIBUKA, remember unit renew. I am Lucky Ndungwe. I was born in Southern Province, Kuya District, and Shortsell. I was the second in a family of 5 members. My father, Aitawa Charis, my mother, Zawele Jean d'Arc, my grand sister, Claudine, and my little brother, Mugabo Pirot. At the beginning of the genocide, I was in Kigali with my mom, was living in Kigali with my mom, and my mom was doing a business at Kicukiro Centre, Restobar, and my father was working with Hotel Foko in Butare. At Kicukiro Centre, at the beginning of the genocide, when the reign of President of Rwanda, Juvenal Habyarimana, on 6 April, the Samu killers, they came to our house at Kicukiro Centre. The militias, they came to search to our house. Then they took my mom that evening. Then it was just to make sure if we not hosting the G2. At that night, my mom came back to the house. Then she told me we took the couches for the chairs, then we put in the toilet outside. Then she told me, I'm going to spend the whole night right here, and then you're gonna close the door at the back. Then you're gonna come early in the morning to see how I feel. I was with my little brother, Mugabo Pirot, and the 2 other sisters. I was the one who was old, and I was supposed to take care of them at that night. My mama spent the whole night at the toilet. In the morning, then I went to, I don't remember exactly the time, then to check to my mom. Then I told my mom how was the night, if nobody came to our house. She came back to the house and talked to us to see if there is something to give us to eat. And then, at that day also, some people, they was coming to our house talking to my mom, because some people, they was going to seek refugee to Kicukiro, where there was UN peacekeepers. There was base over there for United Nations Assistance Mission for Rwanda. So most of the people that was surrounded at Kicukiro, from Gatenga, Kagarama, Sonatibe, and all those areas, they went to Kicukiro to seek refugees from there. So my mom, because she was really pregnant, she was pregnant for 8 months, she said she's gonna stay to the house. If they're gonna come to kill us, she's gonna die to our house. Then we stay with my mom, and my father was at Butare. So in our neighbors, they went to Kicukiro. So my mom, every night, and she spent a night in the toilet. It was only that from 7 April to 11, we was just living alone in the house. My mom was in the toilet outside because I was locked in the toilet. My mom was inside. On 10, my mama came to the house back. Then we decided to go at Tokyo because we was thinking that they're gonna protect us from the Zinheramo militias. And in the morning, heading to Tokyo, we found one of our neighbors. She was pregnant. They killed the mother and the husband. I asked my mother what happened to them. Then my mother told me she's sleeping, but I saw that she was already dead. The husband was aside and also the mother. We went to Tokyo. Some of us, they know the place. There is Bernard on site, one of our neighbors, and the Rangagabo. There is a small street over there heading to Tokyo. Then on the way, crossing into Tokyo, we find a lot of people from inside the Tokyo heading to Bugesera. Then my mama talked with them. They said we are going to Burundi to find refuge because we thought there is a UN peacekeepers in Tokyo. We didn't know what happened, but at the end we find at that time there was just fine go back to Belgium because it was Belgium soldiers coming to Rwanda for UN mission. So they abandoned a lot of people, more than 10,000 at Tokyo. And also the school was surrounded with the militias and the expired soldiers. That was just waiting time that the UN peacekeepers can just go back, then they're gonna take them, start to kill them. At that time, some of them that was killing, they have been killed inside Tokyo. Then after that, with my mom, my little brother, and 2 other sisters, we are just heading to Nyanja Kichukiro. On the way going to Tokyo, the road, aside of the road, there is a militias, there is expired soldiers that was killing, torturing people on the way to Nyanza Kichukiro. Some people they know, some people came from Sonatip, they said, we are going to be killed at Nyanza Kichukiro. All the way, some people torturing, killing them. Nobody was able just to run from that group of people. There is a lot of people from Kichukiro Centre, Oprovia, where there is a district of Kichukiro right now, Kagrama sector, heading where is the Corps Secondaire de Kichukiro, where there was academy, and Nobreza Hotel, to Nyanza Kichukiro, all the way there was just killing the people. I was with my little brother, but at that time, I missed my brother. Then I was going to find my brother because it was not easy to find some people because it was really tight. And I told my mother, I'm going to find my brother Pilot. Then for that time, I didn't meet my mama till at Nyanza Kichukiro. When I reached at Nyanza, close to Hotel Nobreza, there is a friend of my mama called Agathe. She took my hands. Then I told her I wanna get my brother. Then she told me, your brother is with my sister. We're gonna meet him again. So at that time, she took my hand and she told me, we are going to run because if you're gonna continue this way, you're gonna be killed at Nyanza Kichukiro. We are just really close because we're sowing all the way, killing the people. The militias was killing the Tutsis everywhere. So Agatha told me, take my hands, we are going to run, don't stop. If you hear the voices of guns, don't stop. We are just going to run. Some people, they know where there is Nobreza Hotel. Around there is a banana tree. Then we just ran to that banana tree. Then we went to Butamwa. I remember that already. I was really hungry for all those 4 days, 5 days. She took uncooked corn, then she gave it to me. Eat this because it was my first time I was going to eat uncooked corn. Then she told me, eat, you're gonna be better. She gave it to me. Then was heading. I didn't know the place exactly, was just hiding the bushes everywhere, trying to find a way, meet the Zinherangwe militias because it was just searching the Tutsis everywhere. So we're heading to Nyamirambo. I find I was in Nyamirambo, KWIBUKA. There is some people that was close to Stade Regional de Nyamirambo. Also, there's other Tutsis that was seeking refugees to Ecole Saint-André. At that time, there's somebody came where he was hiding at KWIBUKA. She came then, she went to told my mother. My mother was around also at Stade Regional. She was with the Muslims people. They had her at their house. Then they came back, told me, I found your mother. I want to take you to your mother. But my little brother, we didn't meet him again. But some people, they told us they killed at Nyanza Kichukiro. I went to meet my mother again, and also two other sisters who was together. It was a rhythm. Then those people Muslims people, they told my mom, we are going to go somewhere because right here we are not safe. Then my mother was very tired. She told them, I'm gonna stay here. If the militia is gonna come to kill me, I'm gonna die here with my kids. At that time, there is one of the neighbor right there, close to that house. Then I used to go find the water, then give it to us and my mother. Every day give us 1 cup or 2 cups every day, then you can share. It was 4 people, was just drinking the water, and my mother also used just to have the chili powder and mixing with the salt, then drink the water. We used to do that, all of us. And my mother told us, it's not good to be here inside the house, all of us, because they're gonna find us, we're gonna kill all of us together. So you and 2 little sisters go in the kitchen outside, then hide it there, then let the door open. Nobody gonna know that there is someone if you let the door open. My mother stayed in the main house. And then because I used to go knocking for the window for our neighbor, asking the water. So there was not of the people that was targeted during the genocide. There was Hutu. It was a young girl, maybe it was older than me a little bit. And she used to give me the water every day. I remember the last day she came to me, then she told me, my mother said, I'm not allowed to give you the water. So she's gonna go tell the Zinherangwe militias to come to kill all of you. So go tell your mother. At that time, I told my mother how the ladies told me. Then my mother told me, you go stay in the kitchen, I'm gonna stay here. Once they can come here, they're gonna take me alone. They're not gonna find you. For the next day, the Zinherangwe militias came to the house. Then they took my mother. Then they go around. Then they touched mama. Sorry. I followed my mother to see where they're going to take, but I didn't know what happened to her. She spent like, I don't remember exact, she spent like 2 and an hour and a half. She came back, they put the powders in her eyes. At the end, after the genocide, they end up removing the eyes.